What's up, everybody, and welcome to another video. So on my last one, I wanted to kind of show you guys how I do everything. I didn't get the chance to make a tutu. I'm not really good at the tutorial part of it, but we're going to try this out. A lot of people have asked me how I make it, how I got started, things like that. So today I'm going to kind of show you guys step by step on how I make a tutu. I had already finished all my orders, so I didn't get to do a video, but I got a rush order this morning for one of my 3 layered ribbon tutus. So it's, regular ribbon trim tutu, but it has 3 different colors. If you have been on my Facebook for a while, then you already know that, or you've already seen how this one looks. So I'm just gonna walk you through it. So this one is for a little girl, or well, a big kid. So this is it's going to be a size 8. Some of the tools, I don't have everything shown here, but some of the tools you're going to need are going to be, of course, your tool in whatever color you choose, your 3 ribbons, which aren't shown here. I use one of these acrylic rulers. Show you why, how. For this size, I'm using 20 inches of 1-inch ribbon, elastic, I'm sorry, a rotary cutter, and a pair of scissors. So how I like to do mine is, because since this uses so much tulle, I like to cut mine in 2 pieces. So for a size 8 tutu, you use 16 yards of tulle, and sewing 16 yards straight is a pain, so I'm gonna do 8 and 8. So I kind of just roll it out. Right here, oh, you can't see it. Right here I have my yard marked, so that's where I stop. Once I get it to the end of the table, and I just grab it, pull it down, roll out the rest. So I'm going to do that for 8, and then I have to grab another set of tulle and do another 8. Alright, so this bunch was not enough, so I have to readjust. So this was 5 yards, so I'm going to go ahead and cut 5 out of this one, and then I will do 11 out of the other one, which isn't as easy, but it is what it is. So we're going to cut the 5, just cut it straight on down from the yard mark. Doesn't matter if you cut it straight or not, because this actually gets trimmed off once I attach the ribbon. I don't usually use the very end of the tulle because it's always wrinkly and not even. Alright, and I'm just going to fold this up so that I can cut it. So here's the tricky part too. This is where your fold is. You want to try and keep that lined up as possible. You never want to cut the fold off unless you are making or doubling your layers for a smaller tutu. Like you can make 2 tutus out of one of like a full bolt of your tulle. Try and just keep it as flat as possible and roll it on back up the way it was. funny part is it's been so long since I made this tutu that I actually forgot what color tool I had originally used. It's a good thing that I have a lot of pictures, and I order a ridiculous amount of tool because you never know what you're gonna need. Alright, another thing to remember is tool attracts everything, so you got to be careful with your cutting area. I did cut out some fabric here. Even though I wiped it down, I've cut my mat so much that a lot of fabric tends to get stuck on it, so we're getting it. So I'm gonna move my mat over so you guys can see what I do next. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one out, and then I'll do the other one probably either off camera or sped up, just because it's a larger amount of tool. So I set it on my measuring mat. I put it all the way to the end over here. I lay it out for a 8-inch or a size 8 tutu. You want the length to be about 12 inches, so it goes about to their knee. So what you do is you double that measurement. Make sure it's lined up so it cuts out evenly. Kind of smooth it out the best I can. And that's when this bad boy comes in handy. So, because when you have layers and layers of tool, it becomes thick, and you can't really cut it that well with scissors and get a clean cut. So what I do is I smooth it out and line it up where I need it to be. Again, remember I said I need it when I fold this in half to attach the ribbon and sew the channel for the elastic. It needs to measure 12 inches. So since 12 inches over here, if I cut it here, you're going to get a really small tutu. So you double that length, and I'm going to cut it at a 24. Again, when I fold it in half, it'll be at my 12 inches that I need. So I just make sure that it's lined up. Take my rotary tool, press this down. I use this so that I get a straight, clean line, and I cut the excess off. The other part that I like is, like I said, when it's really thick, when you have this here, you reduce the risk of cutting jagged areas. And there you go, nice clean cut. So I'll set this aside, I'll do the next piece, and then I'll show you how I put everything together. So I open up the material, see here, and then I'm going to fold it in half and sew it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then show you what it looks like.